Hey, Stormy here. Today I'm going to talk to you about Against All Authority. This is a punk band, and they do have some ska influences. They have horns on a few of their songs. So I found out about them in the 90s, and this album came out while I was in high school, and I remember getting it on order somehow right as it came out. And I have a collection here of artifacts from over the years. This I did in high school printmaking class, and it is from that old album that, and as you can see in the background, are the lyrics to No Reason, and it's got this song as the header and footer here. So I made that. That's the last copy of that exists. I remember seeing Against All Authority in concert, probably 3 times. From what I remember, I know they came to the Paris Theater, and I have this poster, which was during this All Fall Down period, and I have it autographed, I believe, by everyone. They were super friendly to fans who would hang out after shows, so I clearly remember Danny and Joe. You guys were both super cool. I remember one time they asked me ahead of time, which song do you want to hear played tonight? And I said Alba. And I think it was Joe goes, hey, that song's about my mom. And I always thought that was a little humorous. So here was another poster I have. And this one has writing of what they had to say to me and their autographs. Unfortunately, we wrote in that type of pen where it's really hard to see. But this occurred right after this show. So Against All Authority isn't listed on this ticket, but Conflict was the headliner, and they were a punk band from England. And the next night after this one, they played at a backyard in Eugene, and that's where I got this poster. So we went to this random backyard. The stage was just right at somebody's house, like the back porch. And I was the only one at the stage singing along with Against All Authority. There was barely anyone there, but boy, we made a lot of memories that night. They had brought one of the guys from Conflict. I think it was actually just the guy that sold merch for Conflict, tagged along. And I was sitting with him for a long time trying to figure out what the heck he was saying because his accent was so thick that he just kept saying things to me and laughing, and I was just kind of laughing along. But wow, it can sound quite strange when you guys from England and talk, and I had to go and learn about all of your little references and stuff so I could understand you guys. But I also have some of the merch from Against All Authority here. So I have this. I took off of a t-shirt because the t-shirt, I wanted to save the silk screening, but the t-shirt was going in the garbage, so I cut that one off. And there's this one was the generic one. I had this that I took back off something was sewed on, but that got washed so many times, that's why it looks like that. It was on, I think, a hoodie. And then there's this one. So you almost never see this one anymore. This design is pretty rare. And I've got a bunch of their buttons. I think right here we got the one that was a Banksy design where it's like a little girl holding a bomb or something. But I've been a big fan of Against All Authority for a long time, and I found out recently they got back together and they've been touring, so that's really exciting, and I hope they'll come back to Portland, Oregon. I'm not sure where you will play. We used to have that Paris Theater, used to be our punk show place, but hopefully you guys will figure it out and come on back to town. I loved pretty much every album, and I have 2 or 3 of your tracks made into karaoke tracks, so they're really hard to sing, but anybody out there, if you want to sing some Against All Authority, you actually can. Just Google it on YouTube. But that's all I think I'm going to say about them for right now. But have a great day, and hopefully you guys will have some memories from these things I've showed you today. Bye-bye.